Larry Gene Bell remains one of South Carolina's most infamous murderers, responsible for the abduction and deaths of Sharon Shari, Faye Smith, and Deborah Mae Helmick in 1985. His case stands out not only for the brutality of the crimes, but also for the psychological torment he inflicted on the victims' families. Born on October 30th, 1949, in Ralph, Alabama, Bell grew up with 3 sisters and 1 brother. His family moved frequently, eventually settling in South Carolina and Mississippi. He graduated high school, trained as an electrician, and later joined the Marines, though he was discharged in 1970 after a self-inflicted knee injury. He briefly worked as a prison guard, married, had a son, and eventually divorced. Despite these seemingly ordinary experiences, Bell developed a dark and violent path. Bell kidnapped 17-year-old Shari Smith from the driveway of her Lexington County home. Her running car, left with the door open, signaled immediate foul play. Bell forced Shari to write a last will and testament, a chilling letter filled with love and courage for her family. Days later, he provided directions to where her body was discovered in Saluda County. Only 2 weeks later, Bell kidnapped 10-year-old Deborah Mae Helmick from Richland County. He was also suspected in the 1984 disappearance of Sandy Elaine Cornett, though never formally charged in that case. What made Bell particularly notorious was the cruel manner in which he taunted his victims' families. During the massive manhunt for Shari, he placed at least 8 phone calls to her home, often speaking directly to her sister Dawn. In these conversations, he vividly described the abductions and murders, mocked the family's grief, and even gave exact directions to the victims' bodies. His calls were both a source of evidence and psychological torture, amplifying the horror of the crimes. Bell was arrested on June 27, 1985, after investigators traced him through forensic evidence connected to Shari's letter. His trial was marked by bizarre and erratic behavior, as he often rambled, refused to answer questions, and interrupted proceedings with disturbing outbursts. At one point, he even shouted that he wanted to marry Dawn Smith, further traumatizing the grieving family. Despite his antics, the evidence was overwhelming, and Bell was convicted. Sentenced to death, Bell continued to proclaim delusional beliefs, including claiming that he was Jesus Christ. On October 4, 1996, after years of appeals, he was executed in South Carolina's electric chair, choosing electrocution over lethal injection. He became the last prisoner electrocuted in the state until 2004.